Have you filled a bucket today? A guide to daily happiness for kids. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket, your mom and dad each have a bucket, your sister and brother have a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, and when you say something or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things to make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things to make others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think that they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we're either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to the teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money, it doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did, and that's the life of a bucket filler. And that's you. Feelings are just visitors. Let them come and go. The emotional cup. Imagine that every child has a cup that needs to be filled with affection, love and security, attention. Some seem to have a full cup most of the time or know good ways to get a refill. But most children get a little nervous when their cup gets near empty. The child's cup. What fills a child's cup? Play, friendship, one-on-one time, love and affection, connection, succeeding, doing what they love to do or what they choose to do. What empties a child's cup? Stress and strain, rejection by peers, loneliness and isolation, yelling and punishment, failing, fatigue, doing what they are forced to do or they don't want to do. Some ways that children deal with having an empty cup. Steal from other people's cups? Misbehave to get your attention and show that they need a refill? Seem to have bottomless cups or need constant topping off? Can't sit still for refills or actively refuse them? Bounce off the walls when they approach empty? Think they have to fight or compete for every refill? Craft time. Let's make a paper bucket to remind us to fill someone's bucket every single day. Make your paper square. Rectangular paper, 8.5 by 11 or larger, can be folded as shown, and the leftover paper can be saved to make your bucket's handle. Use top side of triangle as a guide. Trim it across the top to remove the excess. Place the trim and folded triangle on the table or desk in front of you. If your paper didn't need to be trimmed and is already square, put it down in a diamond shape and fold it in half. Fold the right corner of folded triangle so that it touches the middle of the left edge of the triangle. Fold the left corner over the folded right corner so it touches the right edge of the triangle. The front of your bucket should now look like this. Fold the front flap into the bucket. Fold the back flap down on the outside of the bucket. Tape the back flaps of your bucket together. Take the extra paper from step 1, fold it into a trifold, and then tape it to the inside of the bucket to make a handle. Now it's time to have some fun finishing your bucket with a face, your name, or a special design. Your bucket is ready for display. Close your eyes and take a very deep breath. Keep breathing deeply and feel the cool air come in through your nose and flow all the way down to your belly. Feel your belly extend as you breathe in. Now listen carefully to all the quiet sounds outside and around you. You may hear outside noises, maybe cars, birds, or something else. Just listen. Now turn your focus within. Listen quietly to what you hear happening within your body. Can you hear your heart beating? Can you hear your breath as you breathe slowly in and out? Maybe your tummy is making noises, or you're listening to the sound of your breath, or your heartbeat. Whatever is going on inside, just take time to listen. Imagine now inside of you, there is a big, beautiful bucket. Everyone has one, though we can't see it with our eyes. When we feel good, our buckets are full. When we feel bad, our buckets are low or even empty. Did you know that when you fill someone else's bucket with kindness, helpfulness, or even a smile, your own bucket gets filled up too? That's actually the way we fill our buckets. When we share goodness and think happy thoughts, our buckets are filled with so much goodness. When kind words are spoken, buckets get fuller. And when unkind words are spoken, buckets become a little emptier. We all want our buckets to be full of love, kindness, peacefulness, and happiness. Everyone does. So, we can make a choice each and every day to show loving kindness to others and help fill up their buckets. In doing so, our own bucket gets filled to the top and can even overflow with happiness. Let's imagine for a moment a time when you might get upset with someone. What do you imagine is happening to your bucket? What's happening to the other person's bucket? We don't want empty buckets because it doesn't feel nice inside. So your goal when you get upset is to talk about what you're feeling without emptying your bucket or the other person's bucket. You can do it. Just imagine that bucket and keeping it full. If your bucket ever feels low or empty, you can take in a deep breath and remember how loved you are. You can choose to be grateful for the good things and people you have in your life and focus on that. Now, when you're ready, take in a deep breath, open your eyes, and give your wonderful body a big, wonderful stretch. You've done a great job.